Yes, my people, welcome back to the third half. And today I am joined once again by Fuad. I've also got Kish with me, and I've
Yes, bro.
also got Faysal. How you guys feeling, man?
All good,
Good,
bro.
brother. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from this
There's been a
fucking
lot.
sweating heat. Sorry, I don't even mean to swear that early because I don't want to associate
Yeah.
with that. But brother, this heat is unreal. It's unbearable.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It feels like I'm in the desert right now. I feel like I'm in Iraq right now, Baghdad. That's what I feel.
Nah.
40 degree heat.
This is Christmas, man. And in Iraq, even worse, man.
Yeah. But listen, there's been a lot of talk. Obviously, I've been enjoying the games. I don't know how you lot have been feeling, but there's been a lot of talk. People already saying that this could potentially be the best World Cup ever. What do you guys think about that statement?
Kickoff times are a bit of a killer, though. Like, of course, I think the football's been good, but I think it's been refreshing from a Premier League season that was so difficult to watch. Not just as a Spurs fan, but like I just think the Premier League was so regimented this season. But I think what we've seen, like everyone's saying, "Oh, we're missing long shots, we're missing like bits of skill." I think we've seen all of that kind of thing, potentially because there's been a lot of weaker opposition as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's been super fun, man. I just wish I wish the Qatar kickoff times were for this World Cup because they were the best kickoff times ever. Like, yeah,
I think you said it perfectly as well. Yeah,
I think it's one of those things where it's just exceeding the expectations I think everyone had going into it. I think going into it, we even did an episode kind of doing a preview to it, and I was like, bro, it's World Cup week, and I still don't feel like it's the World Cup. And we knew all the behind the scenes issues going on with this tournament, the pitches. You were thinking, you know what, maybe the atmosphere isn't really going to be there. But in my opinion, it's lived up to the kind of World Cup billing. Is it the best World Cup? I think that's kind of the
chill. Yeah. That one. Yeah.
Moment and seeing games. I think it's one of the best ones in terms of underdogs winning games and getting points and
storylines.
Those storylines, yeah. And probably because we've seen the expansion to the 48 teams. But I think all in all, there's definitely a couple of World Cups for me that stand above this.
And it helps.
And remember, we're still in the group stage. Stage.
Yeah.
And it helps. Also helps having like Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappé, Haaland, everyone, they're superstars scoring. But I think it's just recency bias, man. I saw Tom Brady tweet yesterday. Oh, this is the best World Cup ever. I was like, brother, this is the first World Cup you've watched.
But I think that's what it is, though. I think that's what it is. I think it's because obviously all the superstars are delivering. Obviously, you got Haaland, Messi, and Mbappé. But there's one individual that decided to join the party a little bit late. And he joined it a little bit late, just a little bit. Yeah, Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know about you guys here, but I felt like there's criticism and then there's slander in it. And I think over the past week, I think it kind of crossed the line a little bit. It got a little bit blurry, the lines in terms of
Liban,
criticism, honest criticism.
That's criticism. That's slander. That's just hate.
Pure
hate, bro. Hate, like from everyone. By the way, from everyone.
It's good. I think part of what I was going to say is like the fact that people were starting to like reassign their beliefs on like how far apart Messi and Ronaldo were in their peaks, I thought was unfair because you can't now revise it just because now I still think that now they are way further apart than they were. Even though Ronaldo was good yesterday. Was yesterday? Yeah.
Yesterday,
He could, and this is not even a criticism, but he could have had 5 in terms of like his movement was. I know he was playing against Uzbekistan, but that first goal was the most Ronaldo-esque goal ever. Like the catching on the half volley. Even the second one was a really nice finish. If he had scored the other one where he dinked it and it like
free
spun.
Kick.
Yeah. No, not in the free kick. That one as well. But I'm talking about when he got a cutback from.
Towards them. Towards them the first half.
Try clip it over him. He was very good. He was very good.
Yeah, I just think obviously he joined the party. I mean, he scored 2 goals yesterday, right? But there's this conversation I feel like between him and Messi that I feel like it's almost like people waiting for Ronaldo to turn 41 to finally get their licks off. I don't know about you guys. That's how it feels to me.
You know what it is? I think between the two, you're naturally going to see a more decline in Ronaldo's abilities because he was the more athletic. He was the more physical. He was the one that relied a bit more on his pace, if you like, whereas Messi's game was never really about those physical abilities. It was always about his IQ, his touch, his 1-2s, his first touch ability, his dribbling ability. Those are things you probably even get better with age, if I'm being honest. Whereas Ronaldo, because you've seen the physical declines, he's still got those high IQ moments and that finishing ability, which is why you'll see him games like yesterday where he's popping up with 2. But I think the big questions for him will be in these later stages. I think everyone expected against Uzbekistan, brother, come on, we need you to get something here. Do you know what I mean? Just so, because honestly, as you said, the conversations leading up to this game were kind of like, yo, everyone's turned up to the party except him. And to be fair, he's been in obviously Saudi over the last couple of years. So I understand the conversations of the decline. He's 40 as well. You're never going to really look at him in the same light. And Portugal being as talented as they are, you're kind of thinking, is he the anchor that's maybe holding this talented Portugal team back? But he needs to, for me, find a role in this team where he's just a fox in the box, essentially.
I think he has, though. I think he has. I think he has.
Yeah, that's what you saw in yesterday's game, essentially. But for the rest of the tournament, don't let superhero Ronaldo get back into your mind. Like, just remember now, you're a poacher, you're a killer, you're that guy in the box. But if you start thinking, I'm Superman, I could do it all over again, I'm gonna start doing the little flick and that's when it's like, yo, brother, please. That was.
I think it's a patience thing as well with him. Like, you have to be able to go 60 minutes where maybe you don't touch the ball or whatever. In terms of like what Haaland does so well, in terms of like, you have, because that's what you are, like that is how you're going to make the biggest impact on this World Cup. If you want to like be in the big conversations in this World Cup, then stay out of all that. And also Portugal have enough of that anyway. So just stay out of that. And like, that's where you have to kind of put your ego aside, which Haaland, I think, does so well, is like, he doesn't care if he's not involved in the game as long as he gets that final say. And I think that's what Ronaldo has to learn to do, because, and he has done that throughout his career at times, but it's difficult. It's difficult when you have been the main man for so long to like humble yourself and know what you are now, because you're not the same player, but you're still impactful.
Effective.
I think that's partly the issue, though, is that he hasn't accepted that he isn't that guy anymore. I think that's what it comes down to. I think he's still in. I think it's that frustration of he wants to do things, but that his body physically can't let him, and he just hasn't really come to terms with that. And that's kind of like, you see it sometimes in the movement and the decision making as well. But I mean, 2 goals for him. Of course, Portugal won, but then before that, 24 hours before that, obviously Messi.
No, hold on. Wait. What killed me the most is that the narrative shifted. Because before the Uzbekistan game, they were saying about, they were betting, they were making like, he's not going to score any goals this World Cup. He's the liability. He needs to be on the bench. After that game, he scored 2 goals. The narrative then became, it's just Uzbekistan. But I find it funny. That's one thing about it, which is why for me it's double standards. When Mbappé scored against Iraq, or Haaland scored against Iraq, or Lamine scored against Saudi, it was never it's Iraq or Saudi. But for Ronaldo specifically, it's just Uzbekistan. I think there's a clear agenda. You can see it. That's a clear agenda. Like I've got I got Talk Sport all the time, in the car. And they've got a hatred towards my man. It's a pure hatred, bro. Like, it's crazy to me. But yeah.
You know what's crazy? You say that, and obviously we're gonna speak about Messi as well. But before obviously Messi, got the record of being the leading top scorer, obviously before having won the Qatar World Cup as well, bro. His career was full of international failures. Like, if we actually talk about Messi, like, 2010 World Cup, he went blank. He blanked. He got blanked and got group. Like, he got out early, round 16, whatever it was, didn't score. Obviously, he retired early in 2017 after 2 back-to-back losses in the Copa America. By the time that he actually got 10 World Cup goals, it was the last World Cup, and 5 of them were penalties. So, and Messi fans, a lot of guys that were pro Messi, will argue that he didn't need the international success to be the greatest of all time. These last 4 years, leading up to this World Cup, the way the narrative, the double standards has changed, and now they're using that same weapon against Ronaldo. I think it's nasty work. I think it's actually nasty work, and I think there's a lot of people.
Do you know what it is? Is genuinely, I feel like Messi's international career, it's like 2 chapters, bro. The first 10 years from like 2006 to 2016, where he's not really liked by Diego Maradona. 2006, he barely plays. 2010, as you said, barren. 2014, final defeat. It's like, then you lose to Alexis Sanchez back to back. It's like, it's looking dark for you. But then the next 10 years, Copa America redemptions.
Everything he touches now is just
the World Cup. Because the thing is Ronaldo got his Euros 2016, and it was like, oh, Ronaldo's got his international. Then Messi got a couple of Copa Americans and said, I'm here as well. Then the World Cup was like, all right. And remember, the last World Cup, it was both of them. It was supposed to be their last dance. And then Messi delivering on that last dance. It's like, wow. And then we go into this one and we're thinking, all right, look, this has to be the last dance. And surely these guys are going to be playing on like finished legs because one is in Saudi, one is in MLS. And in the first 2 games, when I see Messi doing what he's doing, bro, I'm like, hold on.
Like, what is that?
Has he just wasted 2 years of our enjoyment by staying in the MLS? Like, this guy could have been in Europe. We thought because of the PSG 1 or 2 little nonsense with Neymar and Mbappe that he declined. Bro, he showed he is right up there. And I think, rightly so, everyone was waiting for Ronaldo. Come on now. Messi's not just done 1 game, he's done this in 2 games.
Yeah.
Can you give us 1? And he delivered. Now, don't get me wrong, even when he gets past the group stages, the knockout question is still going to come. People are still going to say, hey, knockout goals. Brother, you ain't got many. Are you going to be there?
I can't lie, I was starving still. Yesterday, I was starving.
Faysal. It was good to eat.
I was starving.
I was starving for something. Even a penalty at tapping. Well, I would have taken anything at that point. But I would have taken anything.
It's needed.
But now Messi, like for me, you said it earlier about 2022. I don't think he hasn't lost a beat. Like you can tell, he's the same person as he was in 2022. But I think the game against Austria, of course, I'm sure you guys spoke about his first game against Algeria. But the Austria game for me told me a lot about Argentina. Forget Messi. I think Messi is elite, and we know this. And after what he did in game 1, but game 2, I think Argentina showed me something that in 2022 they had a B player. They had a Di Maria kind of esque, a Robin. Whereas this one, his last goal was fitting, as in he passed the ball to Alvarez, and he had an easy 1v1. That's a 150 million player. Barca's been twerking for him for the past couple months. That's a 150 million.
You
player.
submitted a bid as well, yeah? Rihanna just submitted a bid as well. That's PR. He missed a chance, and Messi still had to clean his messes. So that told me, all right, cool. You man are still relying on this 39-year-old. I don't think that's going to take them all the way to World Cup success. But I think what Messi's doing, like, it's go-to, isn't it? It's go-to.
I also think with the MLS stuff, like, I think Messi's perfectly planned it, or Argentina in general have planned, like, their tech. You know how Argentina, like, they care about the World Cup, I feel like, more than any nation, maybe. And, like, even Messi's planned, I feel like, to take a couple years break so that he can be ready for the international tournaments like the World Cup. And he looks fresh. Like, he looks like he's been playing in the MLS, but not really doing anything. And like, it's not like because I think loads of people were saying that at this point he'd just become like a playmaker and he wouldn't really run about, but he's still got a bit of acceleration about him. Like, and like I said with the Ronaldo goal, that was the most typical Ronaldo goal. That first one was the most typical Messi goal as well, in terms of like just arriving onto it and just guiding it into the corner. You couldn't get 2 more significant goals of their like type of finishes. And then even that second goal I thought was underrated because the way he controlled it, obviously it got blocked the first time, but he managed to get it back under his spell and then obviously put it for a group of bodies. But Argentina and Portugal are most likely going to end up playing each other, right? So that's going to be... That's
if Portugal wins against Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia.
That's what we deserve. I can't lie to you. We need like a final showdown between them two. And the thing is, if Ronaldo gets a knockout stage goal and ends Messi's final run,
that'd be crazy.
You can get. You can muddy the waters a little bit.
It's crazy because obviously Messi's 39 today, is his birthday today, so he just turned 39 today. Yes. But the fact that what I find is mind blowing is the fact
you threw a party as well.
Argentina, what did you say?
How do you threw a party?
I threw a party. Messi, that's crazy. I'll do something for Ronaldo. I don't know about Messi though. Messi I'll send him a birthday card. Sign me. But he scored 5 goals, right? 5 goals. Argentina scored 5. The fact that he scored all 5 goals in the first 2 games, like, it's got to the point where, even though yes, I am a Ronaldo guy, it's hard to like deny what he's doing at that age. I think it's ridiculous, bro. It's and like you guys said as well, he has a loss of beat. hasn't lost a beat, and I genuinely believe he's at the same level he was a few years ago. And maybe, Kish, you're right. Maybe he has planned it out. Maybe to go to America, climatize, wait, to sort of keep that energy for this World Cup. I think he's done bits, but there's also other players.
I can't lie. If you're a Ronaldo guy, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, if you're a Ronaldo guy, you're still hating on Messi in 2026. Fries, bro. Just appreciate, just accept it at this point. Voila, accept it.
Just enjoy them both, man.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Just enjoy them
yeah.
both, for sure.
Just accept it.
But there's other players that have also scored. Haaland and Mbappé, again, these guys are just machines at this point. They've obviously got Mbappé got another 2 goals against Iraq as well. I mean, sorry, not Iraq. Who did he score 2 goals against?
Iraq.
Was it Iraq? It was Iraq, isn't it? Right.
Iraq.
Haaland also 2 goals against Senegal as well. These guys are just off the mark with it as well. It's
can I just talk about this new Haaland move that's been unlocked of closing down goalkeepers, and his foot stamps have got these guys absolutely shit in the bed. Like, we've never seen goalkeepers shit the bed before, bro. Like, I'm worried what's gonna happen to Premier League goalkeepers next season. If he unlocks that final press now, he's gonna get an easy 4 or 5 goals a season just from that, bro. But
have you guys seen that camera angle for his goal against Iraq?
Oh, the first thing I run to every single time, someone shows me the first game, the second game, I said, I need that angle. Because, bro,
that looks scary. That looks so scary, though.
It's scary, bro.
I'm deep in it. Like, we look at goalkeepers and like, nah, bro, you should clear that. Think about it, though. 6'5", this white, demon-looking brother.
And he's wide as well. Like, the keeper's in the second. They're trying to find like an angle past him, but he's coming quicker and quicker and quicker, and then you're just like,
right now he's not human. He's something else. I'll be real with you. He's I call him Android. Dragon Ball Z, Android. They created him in the lab.
17
Android 17. That's what he is. He's not a human. He has to be part robot, to be honest with you. But do you guys feel like and I think someone mentioned it earlier as well, do you think it's because of the quality of, obviously there's a lot more teams now in the competition, and do you feel like a lot of these players like Mbappé, like Haaland, are benefiting of the fact that the competition isn't as strong because of the fact that there's so many more nations now in the World Cup?
For me, I think the one thing you can't say that for the Senegal game, because for me, I think everybody had Senegal was like dark horses, someone who could have a serious quarterfinals run. And in this game, I was generally looking at both of them as like, oh, the 2 dark horses are playing each other. Let's see what they're really about. And for me, Senegal massively underwhelmed in that game. They were very disappointing. I thought the likes of like Koulibaly, Sadio Mane, who are meant to be like experienced leaders in that team, were actually like disappointments. And I think, Kish, you want to touch on it as well, because I saw a video of yours this morning, I think, where you were talking about some of those senior players need to be phased out because they've got the likes of Mbappé, Njai just sitting on the bench when those players are clearly not at the level anymore.
Yeah, like even like fine if you want to start Mane, fine, but like to play him for full 90 minutes when you've got the talent of Njai and Mbappé on the bench. But it's not just that. Like even Koulibaly was a mess, like an absolute mess that game. And you've got Mamadou Sarr, who wasn't great for Chelsea since joining, but he's very talented. He's young. He's physical, athletic, and he played very well in the AFCON previous. So I don't know why. It's the World Cup. Like it comes around every 4 years. Like you can't have any kind of loyalties or like niceties to try and like give people their last guard of honor or whatever it is. Like you have to be ruthless. And maybe you get one game, and then after the first game, you're like, wow, these guys maybe aren't cutting it. You have to be ruthless, because if you lose your first 2 games, you're out. Like, and I said the same. I think Belgium have got lucky because they have a very easy group, but they drawn 2 games because, again, I feel like the squad in the first place I thought was quite a weird selection. They left out some good young players, but also still relying on the same old guard and not switching up enough. Like Thomas Meunier is still playing right back for them when they've got young, good fullbacks there. Obviously, still reliant on KDB, who looks a shell of himself as well. Like I just think the World Cup is so prestigious and it's so rare you get a World Cup, right? Because look at even like Italy haven't qualified for the last 2 or whatever, so you don't know when you're next going to be in it. And like to come to the tournament and still be relying on players, I feel like is the wrong move. Like you got to be ruthless.
You mentioned 2 teams that's been disappointing. I want to add Ecuador to that, because everyone had Ecuador as the dark horses and a team that's going to finish second. I had them like when I did my World Cup predictions. I had Ivory Coast second, Ecuador third. I didn't get the hype. The thing is, I looked at it. Yeah, I think everyone hyped up the back line of Hincapi, Pacho, and then Caicedo. But if you're relying on a 36-year-old Enner Valencia in 2026, come on, bro. Like I watched the game against Curacao, and he missed 3 easy chances. That was one moment in the first 2 minutes of the game. It was like it's bad. Now them qualifying is impossible. Not impossible, but they have to beat Germany in order for them to qualify, which I don't see happening. Turkey as well. Turkey, yo, brother, I had them. I'm gonna put my hands up. I had them quarterfinals, fam.
So did
I said, can I yield this to be the breakout star of the tournament?
Bro, we've got to stop falling for Turkey. I swear to you.
Yeah.
Because the World Cups, obviously, this is their first one, I think, since 2002. But every single Euros, we look at their team and there's like 2, 3, 4, 5 talented players, whether it's Arda Turan, it doesn't matter. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, whoever it is for the moment. And this time we thought Kenan Yildiz, Arda Güler. Yeah. No more am I buying any more.
You know what I've realized with Turkey, yeah? Every time, because I live in I live on Green Lane, it's the most Turkish area in London, yeah? So I'm always like half on supporting Turkey. And so I get really excited for Turkey every single time. But what I've realized when I watch them, it's a bunch of individuals every time. Like they're all trying to be the hero. Like Arda Güler just keeps shooting from like 30 yards, 40 yards. Kenan Yildiz wants to go on a run. It's never the collective. It always feels like a bunch of individuals that are just put together, despite the fact that they're crazy talented. They frustrated me the most, I think.
63 shots, 0 goals.
Yeah, crazy.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. They just shoot bare. They shoot bare.
Yeah. Going back to individuals who are performing, in terms of Haaland, just to go back to him, I think 4 goals in your first 2 World Cup games. What a way to kind of announce yourself. And I think obviously the last couple of World Cups, and listen, Mbappé has become Mr. World Cup, and we'll talk on him in a bit as well. But I feel like Haaland to arrive now, Norway as like being the underdog, and Senegal, I thought they were going to probably put their marker on this tournament in that game. To just shut them out. Ismail Assar, big up to him, because I feel like all tournament as well for Senegal, he's been someone who's been solid as well. But Erling Haaland, bro, big bully on this stage, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a catch-22 as well, though, in terms of what Kish was saying. Obviously, some managers want to be loyal to the superstars of the past, right? Koulibaly, you mentioned, obviously he didn't have the greatest of game, but it's crazy because only 6 months ago in the AFCON, I thought he was the best defender in the tournament. So sometimes I don't know if it's time, maybe
it's hindsight,
maybe
well,
just had that bad. Yeah, it is, and I feel like
to say now.
Yeah, and it's a catch-22 in the sense that you don't play these stars, you might get backlash from obviously people back home and media scrutiny and whatnot. But if you do play them and they're not at their best, then you get the result of what you get, like for Belgium, for example. So I don't know, man. It's kind of like with now you're seeing it also with Ronaldo. One game he goes blank and everybody's there's a whole uproar. So yeah, I know it's what
Mbappé said. I think Mbappé said it perfectly last week. I don't know if you guys saw his press conference. He said the football media and the football public at the moment is very reactionary. Like I was considered the best player 2 years ago, but now I'm the worst player ever. So I think that's how, and even like I've seen it yesterday with England, where after game 1 against Croatia, everyone in England, oh my God, Tuchel, the football and everything. And yesterday, he's coming home. And then yesterday, everyone's saying, oh my God, they can't even do this. I think people need to chill, bro. Like,
it's not just that, like the media and the fan climate has changed over the years, obviously with social media and all of that. But then you add on top of that, it's the World Cup as well. It's the biggest stage where it's like every game is do or die, bro. Teams are already knocked out by the second game of the tournament. Like Ecuador, who we were saying as dark horses, like, all right, you're going home. It's like, whoa. And I think it's that kind of also fear factor of, this comes around once every 4 years. So if we mess up this once opportunity, let's say it's a country's first time or whatever, that they've qualified, they want to make the most of this. Do you know what I mean? Curacao now potentially unbeaten in the group if they go unbeaten against Spain. First ever tournament.
No, Cape Verde.
Cape Verde. Yeah. I'm like, bro, this is insane. So the World Cup is that it heightens everything for me.
And that's the beauty, I think, of the World Cup, because like everything in football seems to move so quickly nowadays in terms of like there's so many games, there's so much talk around everything. The fact that the World Cup is every 4 years is what I think makes it like. I know people have been talking about trying to make the World Cup every 2 years. I'm just like, no, I think keep it where it is. It's so special because it's so rare. and the stakes are always at the top. And that's why I think it's been so refreshing. Not maybe refreshing, but just the fact that all the stars have shown up. You can see they've all been like eyeing up this tournament.
That's only one person remaining.
Who am I waiting for? Who is
like we've seen Salah, we've seen Vinny, we've seen Lamine, everyone.
We've seen Ayman Hussein as well. We've seen Ayman Hussein.
You know what I mean? Even like Salah, Kane, Virgil. It's only one man. He plays today, 11 p.m. baby. Neymar.
Yes. He's still injured. Is he not still injured?
He's back.
Rise.
I can't lie to you. That one, I'm not too sure, you know. That one, I'm not too sure, you know.
You're holding on to a dream that is not happening, bro. I'm telling you, Carlo Ancelotti was smart. He chose him as a token player and said, just to keep the noise down, but that brother ain't playing a single.
No. He's coming off the bench today, 20 minutes.
I don't know, man. First of all, what squad number is he wearing?
That's a good question, you know, because
I've seen 7, 10, 11 all running around on the pitch.
Who's 10?
I think he might have got a 10, you know. I think they gave it to him, no?
Come on,
they didn't give it 10.
Yeah.
Brazil 10.
Vinny is 7 and 11 is Rafinha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's Cunha?
I think they gave him 10. I think they did.
Okay.
Come on, you can't not. That's crazy. Not giving Neymar 10 is crazy.
Neymar running around number 13 or some shit.
That's crazy.
Hey, that'd be an iconic number though. All of a sudden, Neymar's last dance.
Do you know what my favorite thing right now on TikTok is? It's America's discovering players. I don't know if you've not seen their videos yet. They are they're killing me.
Bro,
they're watching plays for the first time. It's crazy.
It's twofold because, bro, sometimes they be going over the top, bro. Like, sometimes I'm like, yo, chill. And by the way, I don't know what it is yet, but Americans, I'm seeing, Kish, I don't know if you're seeing this as well, but every time they get into football and they're like, yo, I need a club team to support or something like that. I'm not joking with you. 8 times out of 10, they always end up at Spurs, and I'm like, "What is
There's
this
new guy who's gone viral, but he's kind of milking it now. I'll be real. He's tweeting every hour, being like, what player should I watch today, or and he's like, he's just learning about football as he goes.
Do you know what it is? I read a couple of comments, and I was like, what is it? And they all seem to say basically it's because it's a team that really hasn't hit the mountaintop yet. They're nearly there, and they don't want to bandwagon a team that's already successful. So therefore, they want to jump in early, buy stock now. So when it cashes in, they're there. But
that shit is never cashing in, man.
They don't want to stop at the same time. Hey, one day we will have our day.
Bro, what would we actually do if America won the World Cup? Like, that would be an absolute nightmare.
Bro, I think that would be a nightmare, bro. I think that would be a genuine nightmare.
It would be the worst thing ever. It would actually be the worst.
They already say they have to call it soccer. If they win it, it's officially called soccer from now on. Nah, it's crazy.
You know what's the same thing about the soccer thing? Yeah, you know, it's actually a British term. Like, it's a British word that was described for football by the English.
Oh, so it's actually a British thing, yeah?
Actually, it's an English word.
And just another word for it then.
Yeah.
I thought they made it up. I thought it was an American thing.
But yeah, on Mbappe, I want to go because like all the chat around Mbappe before the tournament, I feel like they always do this, right? With players, and they're like, oh, he's got a big ego, like, oh, dictator Mbappe, all that other stuff, right? But like, if you're France's best top goal scorer of all time, you're Real Madrid's number 9, but you're gonna have an ego. Like, what do these guys expect them to just be like normal people? Like, I feel like, especially the English media, I don't know what the French media is like in terms of this, but like, they just hate egos. They just hate anyone who's not humble. But like, to be the best, more often than not, you want a bit of ego, you want a bit of arrogance, because that's what makes them pop up in the best moments, and like, that's what makes them not feel the pressure, not succumb to the big moments, because they believe in themselves, and the self-belief to even get there in the first place. Like, you have to be a bit tapped in the first place to get to where these guys get to. So I don't know. I just always thought that talk was stupid, because like, what do you expect? He is Mbappe. Like, he's gonna have an ego.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's a balance thing, though, innit? Because I think Ronaldo had an ego. Everyone knew that from day one. Ronaldo's always had an ego, right? But I think Ronaldo channels that ego in the right way for the team. I think Mbappe, since he left PSG, has built this reputation of, I have an ego for my own benefit. So meaning that I need to be the star man. I need everything to be built around me. But yet it doesn't feel like the team or the players are getting anything back from him. And that's kind of followed him now to Madrid, where you're seeing now, obviously he's left PSG. PSG have had all the success. He's gone to a team that literally the year that he joined, they just had won the Champions League. And it's almost like it's flipped the script on both sides. So he's built that reputation where it's kind of now, and obviously the dictator memes don't help. I don't know if you lot have been seeing the videos that have been coming up, but it's becoming ridiculous. It's becoming absolutely ridiculous.
You see Mbappe dictator memes and Endrick Carlo Ancelotti memes. Number 1 and 2 this year.
Incredible. You see that video of Mbappe when he's up in the stands watching the training session, he's overseeing the training session. That one killed me, bro.
The one that killed me was Faysal, the one you did a reaction to, where he's come out and there's like the president. He's just sticking out his hand and making them reach over to him as if like he's someone to greet. I'm like, bro, this guy, and then he's got to go back to a dressing room full of regular footballers and listen to them talk. I'm like, I understand his head is where it's at. I'll be real.
You know what kills me about that one that you're talking about, Fuad?
Yeah.
Is that they basically mentioned it because I didn't know who the people were. Yeah. Bro, them are the president, the vice president, some big people.
They're diplomats.
They're leading towards him. But the part that killed me, because I reacted like 5 of them. My favorite one was the Iraq one, where everyone is training. I'm not sure if you guys saw it.
And he's on the walkie-talkie.
Everyone is training, like, because the players came back after like a 2-hour delay, and everyone's just training. And you've got some staff basically trying to clean the pitch, basically, because it's war, isn't it? He's the only one that went to the staff, basically telling them, yo, clean this part, clean this part. But the thing is, I'm starting to clock his pattern. I think he knows that
he's playing into it. He's playing into it. I feel like he's playing into it. It generally feels like that. I feel like he knows.
You can't be on like as big as he is and not be aware of something like that, in my opinion. But I think what plays even more into it, that I'll be real with you, is the fact that he's even the main talking points off of these France games. Because I'll be real with you, he has not been France's best player, in my opinion. I think the guy that has been basically spoon feeding him every game. Deschamps in that first game moved him to the 10. Michael Olise, we need to talk about it, because this guy is playing at a level that, even as much as highly I rate him, I thought, the World Cup, this is new territory. There's Dembele coming off the back of the Champions League. This is Mbappe's team. You've got Doué, you've got Cherki, who's just had this type of seasons. Let me see if you can rise up. This team does not function if he ain't playing, basically. And when the shackles are off him, everybody eats, bro. It is so incredible. I know now. You see, Florentino Perez was talking about 150 for Alvarez or Olise. Mbappe is going to be in Florentino's ear and say, "Bring me that brother."
Did you see what he said yesterday?
What did he say?
Yesterday he said after the Iraq game, he said Michael Olise is a player that I would love to play with that for more years, and not just for France.
I'm telling you now, this tournament is basically Mbappe trying to say, I'm trying to give you a teaser of what's to come, because me and Olise, this link up here, this guy coming through the middle, I don't know if everybody knew he could even do this. At Palace, he'd done it a couple times, but in that 10 role, wow, bro, the vision, the technique.
Fuad, they asked him what his best position was, and he said 10. He actually said that's actually his best position.
He's got all the tools for it, bro. It's just the fact that he's quick enough to play on the wings as well. And it's mad to think at club level he plays with Kane, at international level he plays with Mbappe. Like, he is feeding two of the biggest demons in this era of football, and he doesn't look a touch out of place playing alongside him.
I'm happy, by the way, you mentioned that he's been the best, because I agree. I don't even think Mbappe's been a second. For me, my top 3 France players of this World Cup so far is Olise, Mbappe third, but for me, Upamecano is second.
I was gonna say Upamecano.
He this campaign, like he's been, because Saliba, you can tell, that back is in pain. The fact that he's not doing the surgery, he hasn't done the surgery, is risky.
I respect it. Your mic.
It might be an Umtiti thing where, this might be your final campaign. But Upamecano, for me, has been carrying, because Koundé has been absolute cheap.
He's
He's been so bad, so bad. So
They said he's the worst genre. He's the worst genre of fullbacks. That's what they said.
Yeah, facts.
To be fair, like I don't think France have ever had like proper fullbacks, if that makes sense. I know Evra was like an anomaly, cliche I can think about, but a lot of the times they're always like failed midfielders who are runners or hybrid centre backs who become fullbacks.
Like the last three right backs, from what I remember, the last three tournaments, it was Pavard, Debuchy.
Yeah.
You guys remember the bald guy from PSG?
Jale.
Jale.
Yeah. And Sidibe as well was another one, I think.
Yeah, 2018.
They don't have elite tier fullbacks. Like the last elite tier French right back I can even think of, maybe Bakary Sagna.
Yeah.
And you're going back to almost 20 years, bro. Like, it's spooky, bro. I think if they,
I can't lie, that's one man that gassed me. I thought he was going to be it. I thought he was going to be the Nuno Mendes of
Hello, Gusto.
Nah. Like left back. Kuzawa.
Oh, Kazawa.
I thought, you know what? He's the Nuno Mendes.
You know what it is? This guy, look, if you got some neck tattoos,
I do. Yeah.
iron spots.
That's it.
You probably thought Van der Vel was going to be the greatest.
I knew
Van der Ven, I thought it was Danny Alves.
Crazy.
The Dutch guys love tattoos, innit? They love tattoos, bro.
Yeah.
It's a personality trait for them, man.
Yeah. Curacao, like,
listen, we need to.
All them man are Dutch. Like they all are neck to feet in tattoos. Like,
bro, I said, Curacao is basically Netherlands under 21 team like 8 years ago. Every single one of them, they just didn't make it to the Netherlands team.
But that's a good cheat code, though. That's a good cheat code. I respect that, bro. You come on, if you're gonna colonize all these islands, you might as well make use of it, bro. Like, come on, man.
I'll tell you now, what's his name? Callum Hudson-Odoi. Eddie and Nketiah. I know they're at home fuming right now.
100.
Declare for Ghana because they could have been the difference maker yesterday. Imagine them scoring the winner against England at a World Cup.
I don't know what Eddie and Nketiah is doing, especially like Hudson. I get it because Hudson was the guy at youth level, innit? And Nketiah's never really been that guy, so I don't know what he's thinking. Like he's gonna get a few England caps. Like he might as well declare now.
Bro, I reckon next World Cup. We're gonna see a lot of people go back to the original countries.
100%. I reckon it's more and more. I like it.
Yeah.
Even more so with the youngster Ayub Bouadi, who's declared for Morocco. I think you're going to see a lot more of that, where kids aren't even going to waste time and just say, you know what, I can be the king of a country back home, rather than just be a guy who collects 16 caps for France and especially if like you're playing in a position. Let's say you're a French centre mid. Come on, brother. You see the lineup there, or if you're a French winger right now, forget about it, bro. Go declare for your African. Go declare for Congo. Go declare for Ivory Coast. I want to see those teams elevate because that's
why I don't get. That's why I didn't get Krupi, because Krupi could have done Portugal and France, and Portugal selected him, but he said, "Nah. I want to wait for France in the next tournament." I'm like, bro.
That's a risky one.
Yeah, I'm like, bro. Ronaldo's like 41. That could be you.
They've always struggled for strikers, Portugal as well. I think since Pauleta, before that, Nuno Gomez. I don't know if the kids remember. Like Gonzalo Ramos pretends to be a striker, but come on, we don't acknowledge him. But like he could have come in Krupi.
Shout out Eda, man. That 2016, man. Shout out Eda.
That's crazy.
But I think also it comes down to identity, though. If you don't recognize yourself as being Portuguese, it might, like Krupi's probably French. It's French speaking. Probably doesn't know a thing of Portugal or Portuguese. Then just to represent a country just because you want to play international football, I don't know. Some people might just feel a bit iffy.
Yeah, some people. But then I think Olise, I feel like he's just like, France are better than England. I'm going to play for France because he's a quarter French. He's never grown up in France. He just thought, fuck it.
But I heard him speak French. I was like, I can do that. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
We say GCSE level French.
Bro, halfway through the interview, you said, "Yo, English, please." I'm like,
bro, even let's keep it a bean, Faysal. Even your Iraq team, like.
Low key.
Questions in Arabic. They're like, hey, Swedish brother.
I know.
Like, yo, English translator. I speak English, bro.
Nah, I know, bro. Seven of our starting 11 players are not from Iraq. They were born, but their parents are Iraqi.
Yeah.
So that's why. So Zidane Iqbal, after one question, he's like, "Yo, brother, please, English, please." So I hear it. I hear it. By the way, speaking of Zidane Iqbal, quickly, he's getting a move. He was sensational against France.
Yeah, he was class.
He was very.
Ten Hag killed us, man. Ten Hag killed us, man. That was, listen, him and the Polish shoot as well. There's two kids.
Yeah.
That he let go.
Delhi.
Oh, come on, bro. Those two kids, they were like highly rated in the academy. I think Iqbal made his debut in the Champions League for us, but Ten Hag, man, we will never forgive you for that. We'll never forgive you for that one. But listen, we need to talk about England, though. I feel like we need to speak about England. I mean, where do we even start? Because
that's nothing. I can't lie. I'm gonna be real.
That was a bull fest. Yeah,
that's nothing. That's nothing to panic, man. That's nothing to panic, bro. Like,
listen. Faysal, don't gaslight me, please. Please don't gaslight me, because I know what I'm watching. Yeah, I know what I'm seeing.
No. I know. Wait. Liban. I know what you wanna do. I know. mention Harry Kane, man. Go on.
No, man.
No. That one. You know what? Listen, that one. I can't even blame you, because they're saying it's the witch doctor. So that one. I can't even get onto him on that one.
Man, you're thinking now.
I can't even get onto him. Yeah, I can't even get onto him on that one still.
The guy said today, he was like, "I'm taking it off now, guys. Don't worry. He's gonna score next game."
Watch next game. Panama.
It's 6 goals.
That's a hattie.
He didn't score 2 hatties in one game, bro. That's gonna be crazy. But now, and like, obviously, jokes aside, I feel like with England, it's almost like same old habits. I don't know if you lot feel the same, but it feels like I'm watching the same England over and over again, tournament after tournament. And again, we draw our second game. I think that's like the 4th tournament in a row where we win our first game and then we, draw the second one. It's boring. And I know it sounds like it's very simple and almost like, petulant to say, but it is very boring. Given the amount of attacking talent we have, the amount of, players that we have in the squad, I feel like we never really ever let our shackles off, and this is the type of performance you get. But you let me know what you think in terms of your thoughts on the actual game.
I've said for ages, though, that like England lack a certain type of midfielder. I've said this for years. They don't produce the same level of midfielders as the rest of the top nations. Maybe I don't know if France have produced one in a while, but a midfielder that can play through the lines, control the game, obviously at times, but also be penetrative with their passing. I just feel like as good as Rice and Anderson are, they still are not players who are going to play through the lines. When the space is minimal, like Ghana, obviously, their block was very, very solid, right? And I think this is where concerns for England are. I feel like if England, let's say, go to a knockout game and concede early and the team just sit off, I worry about them breaking that down. And he brought on to change the game, right? He brought on Eze and Rodgers, right? But still no midfielder to supply them the ball. They barely got the ball in any threatening situations. Whereas for me, the player that should be the one to be brought on in that situation is at home, which is Wharton. But if not, you've got Kobbie Mainoo there, who I don't think is as good of a passer as Wharton, but can definitely break through lines with his carries or whatever from deep. But I just felt like it was so pedestrian. You're just trying to go around the sides every time. And then you had Gordon and Madueke, like, just not doing a thing, because those two players, especially Gordon, is so much better in transition, right? And I think Croatia, there was much more space to play with, whereas Ghana, you needed either 1v1 type wingers or to be able to play through the centre. And I don't think we were able to do either of those things. And that's where boring England comes back, where it's just side to side, round the back, constantly that horseshoe shape. And that's like the worst type of football to watch.
I think that's the problem with England. It's the players that they've selected. I feel like, as you said, there's not enough pick lockers, and one of the few that you felt like Adam Wharton. And this is why I said they should have taken him, because like you've got enough of these battle warriors midfielders. There's so many of these. Like Jordan Henderson, for me, didn't need to be there just to be clapping off the bench. You need different profiles, and I felt like even bringing Rashford on as late as they did, I was like, bro, you saw the difference he could make in the first game. Like as soon as you could sense the staleness in the second half, 55th, 60th minute, it should have been Saka, Rashford, straight on, rather than Eze and Rodgers, even for me. I think Eze you bring on, but Kobbie Mainoo, I agree as well. I think even at fullback, I think Lewis Hall being an option at fullback would have been a much better option, than starting Jed Spence, who, and listen, I love Jed Spence at Spurs. For me, the two things I say Jed Spence is a specialist in, he's quick as hell and he's 1v1 defense, hard to beat. But outside of that, I'm like, his game is limited. His final
he's basic.
His ability to take on a man, link up with play, he doesn't do that well as a quote-unquote attacking fullback, if you like. But he's quick. So people think, oh, yeah, he can get up and down. And it's like, he's not effective. Lewis Hall in those areas for me would have been much better used. Trent Alexander-Arnold would have been someone who you can come on and maybe even move Reece James to the midfield so you can have someone who can maybe spray those kind of passes from midfield, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold being that difference maker. I think not selecting some of these guys in the squad rotation so you can have Dan Burn as a fifth choice centre back. I mean, what are we doing here, bro? Yeah. But this is one of those where you made the shit pie, you have to eat it type of thing. Yeah. You just hope England, as Kish said, don't fall behind in games and have to deal with this type of scenario again and again and again, because, brother, it looked long yesterday trying to break that down. I'll be real with you.
Why is Madueke, is Saka injured?
Yeah,
apparently he's not 100% fit. Yeah, he's
right. So Madueke's fine, because again, like I've seen Arsenal struggle to break down low blocks a lot, right? And often who bails them out is Saka, right? You just feed him the ball, and he's so efficient in that final third, like getting shots off or getting crosses in. That's a miss. And then for me, if you're going to play Gordon, it has to be only in games where the space is there. Like, and Rashford, I know can do the transitional stuff as well, but is also much better than Gordon is receiving the ball to feet and either beating his fullback 1v1 or cutting in and shooting. And yeah, those wingers are an issue as well for me.
Yeah, I think also, in terms of, like, I think you mentioned as well the type of players that we might have missed out on. Cole Palmer's another one I feel like as well. Because obviously, like you said, if we're playing against a team that's a low block, having players, because I feel like Bellingham, Rice, and Anderson are midfielders that are very good at stifling technical midfielders. So if we was to come up against maybe a Spain's midfield or Portugal's midfield, they would, with their power, with their with their strength, with their aggression, with their work rate, they'll be able to stifle those type of midfielders. But when you want us to be on the front foot, like against Ghana, when you want us to dominate possession, create chances, I feel that's where you need like the Cole Palmers, like the Kobe Mainoo's, guys that can actually, make a difference or create something out of nothing. And I feel like yesterday, I had a lot of arguments with people yesterday in terms of, I said that basically Tuchel is basically Southgate with a German passport. And it does sound lazy, right? Because it sounds lazy, but I know the approach is different. I know that Tuchel is a lot more tactically flexible. He's more willing to he has a higher demand for intensity, and his approach is a little bit more different. But I think the foundations are the same. I think they're very still pragmatic. I think there's a lot of focus on structure, control, rather than taking risks. And at international level, you don't play a lot of games. There aren't a lot of games, and you could be knocked out literally after the group stage. You could be knocked out immediately, round 32. So you don't want to just be risk averse and just focusing on just maintaining control. You want your best players to sort of take chances, and I feel like England just have history of not doing that, and that's what I feel like could ultimately cost this team, even though it's such a talented bunch of players and talented group. So that's where my frustration kind of lies with these. I don't know if you lot feel the same.
Now, let's be real, yeah. Can I ask all you guys a question? Where did you guys have England finishing this World Cup?
I had semi-finals as well.
I said quarterfinal. I'm not gonna even lie. Maybe the furthest they could go is semi-final, but I think
I didn't even have them in quarterfinals, because with all the concerns that you guys said about the low block, I never felt like they could solve the low block situation. I don't think England is as good as what everyone makes it seem like. So this is why I said to you earlier, are we surprised about this? This is why I say, bro, like, it's Ghana. I think Ghana, their setup was perfect, by the way. I think credit to what they did, and especially because I felt like they should have had a penalty.
100%.
The fact that Prince Aku, whatever his name is, like the fact he never had a penalty was crazy. And Pickford should have been sent off as well for me, but my personal opinion. I don't think
he got lucky.
But he got lucky. But there was two calls in that second half. I looked at it, I'm like, bro, this is sus. This is very sus. But I'm not.
But surprised. I feel like it cancels out though, Faysal. It cancels out because they got a witch doctor. We're cheating. it cancels each other out, innit? So it's fair in the end.
But I'm not surprised. Like the performance yesterday, I wasn't surprised. Even when the Croatia game, I saw everyone saying, "Oh, this is the best performance," forgetting the fact that the first half it wasn't good. So I think they just need to chill about England. I think I like what Jude said. Jude came out and said that we're not great, because they gave him the Man of the Match award, and he said straight away that I wasn't good and I wasn't great. So I think people need to have just self-awareness about England, bro.
I also think, like you said, I think international football is often about individuals. Like look at France. You build like a strong foundation, right? Because you only have a certain amount of time with the players, you don't do anything complex tactically, which means that you need to bring players that can provide different functions in certain situations, right? It's all about having the answers to certain problems or situations that you come across with the individuals, because you're not going into it with like a, let's say, an Arteta game model where you've worked on it over a long amount of time. That's why the squad selection is so important, because of situations like that. And especially when you're a major nation and teams are going to be setting up to stop you rather than coming out and playing against you, you have to have the answers to certain different shapes that you're going to face, certain different opponents that you're going to face. And I think England have brought too many of the same types of player and not enough difference makers in different areas, right? And you don't have to bring all of them, right? But I think leaving Trent at home is just mental to me anyway.
That's the worst decision. That's the worst decision ever.
And that's, for me, there's no way Trent Alexander-Arnold can't make an England World Cup squad. Like that's just mental to me. But then also,
that's why I'm here watching.
One of Palmer or Foden wasn't good last season, right? But I think the fact that Palmer or Foden can't get into a England World Cup squad, for me, is like, I feel like if they played for another nation, they'd make the squad. And then obviously your Adam Wharton, because he's so different from what England have. So I think that's where I think they've gone wrong here.
But quickly, I'm going to show you guys the groups here, where they currently stand at the moment before the games are played today, actually, as of recording. But you obviously got Group A, Group B, Group C. Currently Brazil top in the group. Group D, USA could currently go unbeaten. You know, they can go unbeaten. USA. By the way,
you mean like maximum points? You mean like 3 wins?
Yeah, they can get maximum points.
To them, man. Give them something to cheer about before they crash out.
Yeah, I'm hate watching them. You know, this is the team. I hate watching USA. It's insane. It's unhealthy.
As long as Poch is there, I'm always rooting for them.
Yeah,
man.
He's kind of cooking.
I also don't want them to get too carried away. You know them.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy it, have fun, but quarterfinals was sending you home with the Netherlands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And obviously you got Group E, Group E. Obviously Germany headed at the top of that group. Netherlands and Japan currently sitting in first and second.
Ivory Coast, by the way.
I can't lie. Holland have impressed me. You know, Holland have impressed me. They're quietly, silently doing their work. Yeah, they're trying to creep their way.
Bro, it's fries. Netherlands are fries, bro.
Their front line's too weak. Their front line.
They're not doing nothing. They're not.
Hey. Brobbey has been unleashed.
Yeah, I prefer Brobbey. I like Brobbey, man. I rate him.
The rest of this tournament's about to get blacked.
Yeah.
Yo.
This guy's insane. This guy is insane. Listen, Group G, Egypt are doing their thing though. Shout out Mo Salah, man. Egypt are doing their thing. Top of Group G. Belgium, obviously disappointment. Iran though, this is a story. I think I need this matchup.
Yeah, Iran USA
matchup. Yeah. I need that matchup. You know, that'll go crazy for the storyline. That'll go crazy. Group H, Spain are top of the group currently, but Cape Verde can still go through, undefeated at the moment as well. Don't mind the Bulbasaur, by the way. I know guys might be looking at the Bulbasaur thinking, what the hell's going on over here? Don't mind the Bulbasaur, yeah?
I didn't want to say no. I just left.
Yeah. Group I, you got France, of course. Norway looking like they're going to qualify they are qualifying. And then Senegal on 0 points, which is quite disappointing. And then Group J, Group K. I'm going to quickly fly through these, but who's actually, the point I'm going through this is that who's actually impressed you the most and who's actually been the surprise package for you guys?
Ivory Coast I had as my dark horse, and they have not disappointed me. Like, even though they lost to Germany, I still really enjoyed them. And obviously that Ecuador game, that was one of my favorite games I've watched so far. I think the thing about Ivory Coast is, like, you know, people were talking about Ecuador as their dark horses, right? Because they have a lot of world-class players in the back line. But Ivory Coast have a real balanced team across the park. Like, they don't have many players who are like the weak links in that team. I think maybe the 9, but then Bonnie's come in. Did Bonnie play or did Gesson play against Germany?
Bonnie.
So I think he's a very good striker. I thought Wahi was pretty poor, and then like across the back line they're pretty strong as well. I really like them. obviously, for me, I think France have looked the best just because of the pure attacking talent. For me, anyway.
What about Argentina? You guys, there's a lot of argument made that Argentina also.
I think with Argentina, it goes back to what Faysal was saying, where listen, you know what you're gonna get with Messi, but the supporting cast you're kind of looking at and thinking, who else is gonna step up? Like Julian Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez, De Paul, all of these guys. Can you lot hit those same levels that you do at club level and at the previous tournament? That's going to be the question for them. I think, though, the two teams in both the same group, I think Japan and Netherlands, for me, have been a little bit surprising. I expected Japan to be a lot more pragmatic and kind of ugly hard-nosed, and then they bashed them and 4-0, was it? And actually put in a solid performance. And I think even Netherlands in that second performance, I was like, hold on, could they maybe sneak a little quarterfinals? Because I was like, yo, round of 32, round of 16, that's maximum where they're going. But could they maybe go one step further? I'm looking at them. But as Kish said, I think France have been kind of the France and USA for me. I think USA, both performances have been convincing, dominant, individuals performing as well. I think tactically, the way they played, me and Kish, I'm sure we both said they remind us of that Spurs team 10 years ago, bro. Like the way they're actually popping the ball around, the high energy that they're playing with in that heat as well. And yeah, those are the two teams for me, USA and France.
USA and France. What about you, Faysal?
Same. For me, Japan. I had Japan reaching the quarterfinals, and I rate Japan highly. I think they should have beaten Netherlands, my personal opinion. And in terms of, not personally, but I think the team that's impressed the most, I agree with France. I think you can't look away from that. I think first half against Senegal wasn't great, and I think there was a moment against Iraq, which it wasn't great. But I think overall, when you've got Olise, Mbappé, Doué, Barcola, like, bro, they brought out, this is what it scared me. They brought on Doué and Turkey with like 30 minutes to go against Iraq. I'm like, come on, bro, it's Iraq, bro. Now, why are you trying so hard, bro? It's literally us.
Faysal, you lot got very, very lucky with that weather delay as well. Like that man.
No, wait, what do you mean?
An hour or
wait, no. They got lucky. They got lucky.
They got lucky. It's crazy.
Wait.
It got dark.
Bro. Hold on. The game was 1-0. France, that first half an hour, I don't know how it's just 1-0. But when it started to rain, I don't know if you guys know this. In Iraq, yeah, it barely rains. So when it rains in Iraq, we call it a blessing in Iraq. Bro, it felt like a blessing because the last 15 minutes, we were killing them. Bro. So they got lucky.
Man.
They got lucky.
Like if second half would have come out as normal, I feel like you lot would have got whooped. So the break was beneficial. I think it slowed both the tempos of the teams down. So
I can't lie, man. To concede 7 goals against Norway and against France, I'm taking it still.
Hey, you got one more game. Listen, don't get grouped.
No.
Make sure you get at least a point.
No, we're beating Senegal.
Make sure you get at least a point.
Hey,
otherwise, you know who's gonna come for you.
Every underdog team has grabbed a point, a result, a clean sheet.
No, we're beating Senegal.
We're waiting for your boys.
We're beating Senegal.
Yeah, but listen, that's a wrap, guys. Appreciate you, man, for jumping on. I actually enjoyed that proper enjoyed that. And make sure, guys, to check out their boys' channel as well. They're always pushing out good stuff. So also make sure to go and check that. And until next time, peace.